Yo, what's up, guys? Kyle here. Wanted to do this video for quite a while. Not quite a while, but I wanted to do it for a minute. That is Kevin Steen's WWE's next big thing. Um, I know some of you may say, why would you pose that question? Why would you even add as the title of your video? Um, but I really think Kevin Owens is going to be WWE's next big breakout star. I've always loved Owens, from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Ring of Honor. Always thought he was a tremendous talent, still is. But he was one of those guys that I never would have thought would have made it into WWE. Not because he didn't have the talent or wasn't good enough to make it, but just because Owens is he's a big guy and he doesn't fit WWE's typical shape or mold. Granted, this was all before NXT became what it is today, and before we started to see more indie guys transition over to WWE now more than ever. So before all of that, you know, I didn't think Owens would be in WWE. Was happy as hell that they picked him up. Triple H signed him on, um, and was blown away of his reaction, his well received reaction, and NXT when he made his debut. And I said it in my review of his takeover debut back in December, looking at how he was booked. I said right there in my review, I said it would not surprise me if WWE gave him the Brock Lesnar push, where he quickly ascends to the top very quickly. Um, you know, some people you kind of have to be careful with. Certain wrestlers you don't give that Brock Lesnar push to. It worked for like the Goldberg. How quickly he rose up to the top and people got behind him. Brock Lesnar was one. Um, there are certain superstars that you can take. You can take a rocket, light it up their butt, and you can shoot them straight up to the top without any repercussion or with any backlash from fans. Kevin Owens is one of those superstars. I think you can give that quick up jump start to straight up to the top. I said that in my review on Takeover when he debuted, and look at what happened. 1 month later, he becomes NXT champion. Fast forward 4 months later, currently now, he's already made his Raw debut, and on top of that, his first big major match or promo or feud is against WWE's Golden Boy himself, John Cena. Um, this dude has accomplished a lot within 4 or 5 months in being here in WWE, and I think it'd be really cool because he's still the NXT champion, and I think it'd be really cool and interesting to have him kind of bounce back and forth. Doing still being NXT's champion, doing what he does there, has some unfinished business with Samoa Joe and obviously Finn Balor, and he's probably going to still be doing some things with Cena. If not, maybe once he's done with Cena, he'll have a one-off with Cena, maybe do something else with somebody else. But I think to have kind of bounce back and forth between NXT and the main roster until he drops the belt and he makes that complete transition over to the main roster, I think it's cool. One of the things I really, really love about Kevin Steen, um, in terms of him being a heel, and I think what a lot of people are going to find unique about him and get behind him is that Kevin Steen is not your typical heel. Um, you know, your average heel, say like Seth Rollins, your average heel is either chicken shit heel. They do what they do because they like to play dirty. They're in it for themselves. They're selfish. They're pricks. But Kevin Steen, even though Kevin Steen does all those things, he doesn't cheat per se. He just beats the hell out of you. He's just a dominating presence. But besides that, I think what really stands Kevin Steen out amongst 90% of the other villains or heels on the WWE roster, and quite possible all in wrestling right now, is that Sting does not have just only doing what he does because he's in it for himself, but he's doing it for his family, you know. And I think by them adding that trait, by them saying, hey, okay, I'm not just doing this for me so that I can get more money and so that I can get more popular or whatever, but I'm also doing this to take care of my kids. I'm also doing this to take care of my wife. I'm doing this for my family, not just myself. I think by WWE allowing him to mention that and to integrate that into, what he's doing, and that's the reason why he's doing, I think it adds a unique charm to him because it's like, okay, it's like saying, okay, yes, you're a heel. Yes, you're very dominant and you're very destructive and you destroy people, and that's wrong. But the reason you're doing it is not just for yourself, but you're doing it for the betterment of your family. And it's like, he's a heel with a purpose. He's a bad guy with a purpose. He's doing what he's doing, not just because he's a selfish prick, not just because he can, but he's doing it for the betterment of his family. And when you have a heel with that type of trait, that type of personality, it's like, okay, I may not like what you do, but I can respect you for what you do. You know what I mean? I don't like what you're doing, but I can respect the reasons why you're doing what you do. And because of that, I think when you look at it from that perspective, I think a lot of wrestling fans can easily get behind and support a Kevin Owens as a heel. Whereas, say, someone like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is just all about himself. I'm better than you. I deserve to be champion. I'm the favorite of the authority. I'm the one that built the Shield, so I'm the one that takes them apart. Seth Rollins being who he is and doing what he does, he gives you a reason to boo him and kind of be against him. But Kevin Owens is like, he's a bad guy, but he's a bad guy on a mission. And his mission is not only for himself, but to take care of his family. That, I think, is a really unique trait that I'm glad WWE are allowing him to integrate into his persona and into what he's doing. I really like it. And then on top of that, Kevin Owens himself, his personality, he comes off as a pricky kind of like, dude that just doesn't give a damn of what you think or what you have to say about him. Like, he's like, I'm here, I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I don't care. And I like that. I like that. He comes off as organic, and that's who he is really. He doesn't come off as being fake and phony. He's come off as being organic. What you see is what you get. Kind of like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, those kind of like guys where, you see what they get. You see what you get. Who they are on TV, that's who they are 9 out of 10 in real life. There's no, from 9 to 5, I play this guy, but then after that, I'm a totally different guy by night. No, Kevin Owens in person on TV, it's Kevin Owens in real life. And I think that's also another unique appeal and charm to him because it's the real deal. It would not surprise me if Kevin Owens becomes world champion within a year of being the main roster, and I think it'll be awesome. To me, Kevin Owens has been the best NXT guy to come from NXT and WWE that I think WWE have booked so far properly since the Shield. Out of everyone that's coming out of the NXT, I think the Shield have been the best that they've booked both together and separately. Even though they kind of lost their way with Ambrose for right now. Sting, I think, is the next best superstar to come from NXT that they've been booking properly since. Again, like I said, it would not surprise me if Sting becomes world champion within a year. I'd probably say SummerSlam. Not this SummerSlam, but next SummerSlam. He'll probably become like U.S. champion this year, and then by, say, SummerSlam of 2016, if he becomes world champion, it would not surprise me if he becomes world champion by SummerSlam of 2016. And I think I'd be excited for it. I love Kevin Owens. I'm glad he's here in WWE. I'm glad they're booking him right. Hopefully they continue to do so. And I'm just excited for the ride. I really am. I am genuinely excited for the ride to see where they go with Kevin Owens, his dominance, how they book him. And I'm really excited to see his rise and climb to being a WWE World Champion. It's going to happen. So you guys let me know what you think about my thoughts on Kevin Owens. The point I brought about him being a heel, and so on and so forth. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Do yourself a favor, hit that video, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Peace.